Troy Ave turns himself in. He was found with guns after the Irving Plaza situation. Yeah, that testifying did not get him completely off. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, Troy Ave, he has turned himself in. For everybody that don't know why this is a thing. So there was a shooting at Irving Plaza. There was a situation that had been transpiring over a really long time between Troy Ave and the podcaster that was known as Taxstone. So at Irving Plaza, what ended up happening was there was a confrontation. During this confrontation, Banger, who was, they say, Troy Ave's best friend and his bodyguard, he was unalived. Right now, Taxstone is serving time in jail for that. He's got 20 plus years in prison, just so we can be clear. That's probably going to come down after some, he's going to do all the things, be good in jail, probably lend his voice to a couple of things, hopefully, and that might allow for him to be able to, teach some lessons to some people that's out here, probably do some things that the government would like for him to do in order to get some of that time down. We don't know what's going to happen, but we're assuming that that's a good possibility. In any regard, during that trial, Troy Ave actually testified against Taxstone. It was a big deal. There was a lot of people in court. It was calling Troy a rat, calling Troy a snitch, calling Troy all of the things. And Troy was like, yo, you know what? I don't care. He left out of court after testifying and went and shot a video for a diss track that he made against Casanova Two-Time, who was also there when the situation happened, and Taxstone. So he had a deal with the government, basically. And the deal with the government basically said that if he testifies, the government is going to give him a 5K1 letter that is then going to go to the judge. And then the judge is going to ascertain, whether he's going to serve any time or not. So just so we could be clear, he did get as far as we know, he did get the 5K1 letter. He took the stand. He said all of the things that the government wants him to say. And I want to just be clear on this also. Whether you get the 5K1 letter or not is not supposed to be dependent on whether the individual that you're testifying against gets convicted. It's supposed to be dependent on whether you go up there and you give the effort that you're supposed to give in order to be able to get the conviction. Just so we can be clear. And from a person who was actually in court, I can tell you, Troy Ave, he went above and beyond. He tried to do all of the things. He even stepped on the defense attorney's coat. I do not know what to tell you about this. Anyway, he has turned himself in. So for all of the people that were saying, yo, Troy Ave, he's going to be doing all of these snitchings. And because he's snitching, he's going to get 0 times. This is not true. He's actually going to get some time. I'm not all the way sure if he's going to serve a year or more at this point, but he's going to get some time. And I'm just going to say something. I think that he put the prosecution or he put the state in a position where they couldn't give him 0 time. He walked out of where he testified on that same night in the same clothes, and he recorded a video for a diss track against the dude that he just testified against. So just so we can be clear, I'm not saying he did the right thing, the wrong thing. I'm not bashing him for this. I don't got a dog in this fight. But what I'm saying is, he put the prosecution, or he puts the state attorney, he put the attorneys for the state in a position that what are they going to do at this point? We can't just let the guy get off because of the behavior that he exhibited after he testified. It's just going to seem like we're a part of this circus that he's, very happy to join. So just so we could be clear, this is the reason why I think it just made it hard for them to give him zero time. And two, you don't think the judge is going to be like, why this fool playing with me? Why he think I ain't going to do it to him? Now, with all of that being said, I don't really expect for him to be doing more than a year. I expect for them to put him where he's at. Let him do his time. He's going to be fine. Then I expect for him to, probably be in jail working out, whatever. I don't know. Make some friends. And then I expect for him to come out and then get back to all of the shenanigans that he was to previously. And also, might I add, besides what he did when he did the video, right after he took the stand, is that you also have to understand he's also been actively going at Taxstone and actively going at Casanova 2 times with his platforms. And I'm also not saying that he's wrong for that, because if we are to believe what happened in court, Taxstone was there to unalive him. So I can't tell you that you can't be mad at somebody who means harm to you. I just want to be clear on this. I know he has the shirt right there that you see in front of him that says God is great. And there's a misconception that people have that God thinks that violence is always unnecessary, when that isn't it. God just thinks that, at least this is my interpretation, there's reasons for violence, but we use violence too often, because first we're supposed to try to meet people with kindness. So with that understanding and with that, from that perspective, it probably would have been a better idea for Troy Ave to try to meet this situation. I'm not saying Taxstone and I'm not saying Casanova 2 times specifically, but I'm saying to meet this situation with kindness after it was already decided in his favor. Because I want to be clear about something. If we're to believe what happened in court, and there's no reason for us not to, Taxstone was actively stalking Troy Ave. Troy Ave was actively explaining to the world, yo, look, I'm being stalked. This guy is making content about me every day, speaking negatively about me and disparaging me. This is crazy. And then the situation happens where we have an altercation. I don't think anyone in their right mind can blame Troy Ave for the altercation unless they just don't like him. Now, with all of that being said, Taxstone and his team and his friends still stand behind. Taxstone was minding his business. Troy Ave came in there with his goons. All of a sudden, shit popped off. And then the next thing you know, tragedy happens. So that's the perspective and that's the angle that Taxstone and his defense team has been coming from. And to be perfectly honest with you, if the tragedy of losing Benga didn't happen, I don't know how many other people might feel about this situation. This situation might be seen in a different light, if not for the loss of life. Now, with that being said, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Troy Ave should have got any time? Do you think they should just hit him with all of his bags? I'm pretty sure that there's people that think that Taxstone should not have been convicted. I want to know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribes. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Boomers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.